So here we have my surviving original Connor Jade, which is doing absolutely fantastic. They had all the same growing conditions. I'm not really sure what happened to the other one. Oh, there's some little babies that fell down here. Or a leaf that fell down and the babies lived. Maybe I'll steal those out of there for a thimble bonsai. I pull the weeds out. I will not be repotting this one today. There are some seeds in here from a squirrel, most likely spruce. Little seeds. So I'll put those aside somewhere. Put them here. So give this a water. I'm going to take some of this black sand off. I really like the look of it, but it actually made it solidified, and it actually made it difficult for the water to penetrate. Just going to try and pull this little baby out of here. Or few little babies. Check them out. Pretty cute. Oh, it doesn't want to focus when it's zoomed out a little bit. Weird. These over here. And I left this one in here. Maybe I should dig that out. It's not super solid in there. Just look at the bottom quickly here. Just have to brace the tree. Dry down there. Oh, there's a root. One root. Okay, let's see if we can get some water in there now. There we go. So it definitely needs a trim. Still haven't found my other tools. I don't know what I did. It's growing super well. This is just growth from when I brought it out. So I'm just going to take all this stuff back. I'll probably leave 4 leaf sets on them. It's big thick ones. And then any old leaves I see I'll take off as well. Oh, I think I see something nasty here. Let's see if they're alive. No, they all look dead. Wow. There's a ton of scale insects on here. Hang on, I'll see if I can get you closer up so you can see. You can see back here, you can see all the little scale insects on there. See them all here? Isn't that nasty? Look at them all. And this was outside. Some over here too. It's weird, the other one never had any scale on it. And that's the one I lost. Crazy. Well, none of the ones I scraped so far are alive. Just going to check a few more here. I might not be able to bring this in today. I might have to spray it out here first. Nope. There's no juicy ones, gross as it is. They seem to all be completely dry and dead. Yeah, so far everything's dry. They're just flaking right off. Oh, I'm kind of happy for that, at least. Yep. I haven't seen a single live one yet. They're just flaking right off like dandruff. Never ever had scale insects here before. Last year or the year before, I can't remember, was my first year with them. Yeah, haven't found a live one yet anyway. Look at them all on here. It's nuts. No, they're just dried husks. Excellent. Dried husks are perfect. Okay, so I'll continue trimming and then I'll deal with that after. Since I know that they're mostly dead. Got you zoomed in a little. Okay. So there's it's pretty thick here. I'm going to take this one branch in the middle out. You can see in there the branch in the center. There. And I'll take these back again. These 4. Right back to old wood on that one. There we go. That's the whole top of the tree done. We'll work our way down. Maybe we'll finish this branch. And then this one. Pruning stub there. Crowded in this area. There we go. Let's take the growth tip off of this one. Slow it back a bit. There we go. And the big branch. Wow, this thing was covered. That's crazy. Oh, all dried up. Oopsie. There. Now it's much less top heavy. And this one's branching way at the top. And we want to keep it small, so we're going to bring it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go 1, 2, 3 sets. That's a big piece off there. Just keep that one low. And get some more of this black sand out. Add a bit of this back in. And I know it's wet underneath, so this dry soil I'm putting on top, I'll just leave it. I'm not watering it in. Otherwise, I'll end up overwatering the tree. There we go. Original Connor Jade. Helps if you can see the whole thing. Eventually, maybe I will take this off. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. I just love this. Wish the other one would have survived. The other one was epic. And carnage. Look at all this carnage. Just from that one little tree. That's a ton of carnage. Yeah. All right. I'll bring this in the house and we'll do another one. Next up, we have the poinsettia. Not really a bonsai, but there's two. Sorry, my giant arm is in the way. So there's two. This is the one that got broken, so we'll do that one after. And then we'll also do that one back there that is a cutting that still looks alive. So this one here is my largest one, and I can't remember if this is the variegated one or the plain red one. Either way, they were both very nice. And I think I was supposed to chop them back and let them regrow or something to that effect, but I didn't. I just let them grow through. I'll have to fix it for next year, maybe. They're getting a lot of new growth on them now, though. But I want to put it in a bigger pot, something that's easier to keep watered, in case I get lots of work again, because you never know. So I'm going to put this one, into this pot. Should be all right. Dead leaves. Dead stalk there. get some damage out here, but I think it fared better being outside than it would have staying inside. That's quite a lot of root on there. I don't know how long it was in this pot. I'm sure it was slip potted before I got it. I'm not going to do a full root prune on this. Oh, it's got a plug. Oh, darn. That might be why they struggle. See that plug? That peat pellet they use to start these? They say this fabric stuff dissolves. It never dissolves. These are awful. So I just want to loosen the roots and repot it without doing too much. Try and break up this peat pellet here. I can feel it all the way down. Oh, poor thing. I can break it apart. And then after it's done flowering, maybe I'll do a proper root prune on it and get rid of this peat pellet. That's awful. Okay, I don't want to do too much more than that this time. See if it'll stand. Okay. I think that'll be perfect. I'm going to have to empty my container under there. I try and reuse everything as much as I can, and then what I can't reuse goes into the compost. Oh, these peat pellets are just awful. I'll definitely have to do some more work on it. It's got a pretty nice little trunk on it, though. It could become a bonsai. You can tell this one was from a cutting. It's got the classic bulge at the bottom where the cutting started to root. I have no idea what he's barking at. Probably another dog barking. Just moving some of these surface roots around to see if I can get them somewhat down. Some of them were wrapped around the trunk because of that little peat pellet. I know some of you are grimacing because I'm not doing a full root prune, but not yet. I'm too late to do it on this one. Normally you should do that after it's finished flowering. And you're supposed to cut them all the way back after they're finished flowering. And that'll encourage branching and more flowering, but I did not do that this year. I believe this one is, this one might be the red one. I see the one that broke has the multiple colors on the flower leaves. We'll figure it out. So, just a simple repotting. Hopefully it'll still flower before Christmas. The one I had before, it lived like 9 years, and I'm not really sure what happened to it. The cat knocked it over, not the cat we have now. The cat we had previously knocked it over, and it just didn't recover after that. But the one I had previously, it flowered every year on its own. I didn't have to put it in the dark or do that 12-hour on-off box over it or whatever. It just flowered completely on its own. I'm hoping these ones will do that. Oh, excuse me. The other dog that you hear, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but there's another dog barking. It's actually 3 houses over. So in a city that would be maybe 4 blocks away. 3 blocks away, 4 blocks away, something like that. But because there's no leaves on the trees, it doesn't cut the sound, so the sound barrier is gone. The sound's going to travel. Ooh. Woo, still too hard. Okay. So this one is repotted. Very nice. Like I said, I'm not going to trim because I don't know how this one's going to do for flowering this year, and there's a ton of new growth on it, so I don't want to stammer that at all. Maybe I'll just pop this little dead part off that was last year's flowers. Oh, and I cut off a new little bud with it, but that's okay. Sure, it'll be fine. Okay, that's all I want to do with this one. So the other one over here, I'm gonna repot that off camera, and I'll come back when I'm repotting the cutting back there, or the part that it broke off of here when I accidentally knocked it over. So when I go to repot that, I'll come back and we can do that one. See if there's roots on it or not. Seems to have survived. Hiding back there. Yeah. I know I said I would come back when I'm ready to do the the cutting, but pardon me, I just get a sip of tea here, but I think I'm going to put the cutting in this one. Gunner. Just trying to stop him from running over next door to play with the puppy. Okay, so all we can do is see if it rooted. You can see I put 2 broken stems in here. One left us immediately. And the other one looks somewhat alive. I don't know if it's got roots or not. I cannot tell. It does not. Now, should I leave it in water? Or should I put it in the soil? I was hoping it would have at least 1 root, and I would be able to put it in the soil there. It's even got new growth on it. Yeah, maybe I'll put it in soil. I think it'll have a better chance in soil. Let me just see if I can see any nubs or anything on there. Pretty slimy. Odd, I didn't think it would survive that long without having root growth. I have no idea what's going on out there. Maybe I should give it its own pot then. Okay, we'll pop it back down into the water. I'll finish repotting this, and we'll come back and pot that one, I guess. Must have my rooting hormone out here somewhere. I'll look for that. Alright, I finally decided to actually put that poinsettia cutting in soil. I'm just making sure the soil is very wet because it's used to being in water and it has no roots at all. Wood stove is just blaring over there because I put a piece of wood in that's just a little bit too big to close the door all the way. I might actually have to open the door. Okay. Stick. The wind is starting to pick up outside too. All right. So here it is once again. Doesn't look like anything's going on with it. If it clears up, oh, there we go. You can kind of see up here where it looks like roots are starting, but I can't tell. The fact that it's still alive weirds me out. It's been in that water for quite some time. Now it'll be in some soil. Maybe that'll help. Or not. You don't know. And we'll just leave it like that. Actually, I lied. I'm going to cut off some of these leaves. The ones that are starting to look like they're drooping anyway. Cut those off. Damaged ones. Move this one too. And we'll see how it goes from there. All right. Well, fingers crossed. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be safe out there.